My friend falsely accused me, and my family kicked me out. Later, the truth came out, but I don't forgive. I never thought my life could collapse in just a single day, but that's exactly what happened. Everything I knew, everything I trusted, my family, my friends, my social circle, was ripped away from me because of one false accusation. It started on what seemed like a completely normal day. I was asleep in my room when I was startled awake by aggressive banging on my door. My heart raced before I could even react. Then the door burst open, and suddenly, 4 police officers were in my room, shouting at me. I had no idea what was going on. I thought maybe they had the wrong house or they were after someone else. But no, they were there for me. They called my full name and said I was under arrest for criminal damage. I remember just standing there in shock, still half-dressed, confused and terrified. My mom stood frozen in the hallway, covering her mouth. My dad looked at me with nothing but disappointment and disgust, as if I had just admitted to being the worst kind of person. My little brother stared at me wide out, not even blinking. Before I could even process what was happening, the officers grabbed me, cuffed my hands tightly behind my back, and started reading my rights. I asked what this was about, but they refused to explain. They went through my stuff, seizing my phone, my wallet, even my watch. Then they dragged me outside in broad daylight. Neighbors stared, cars slowed down. I felt like my entire dignity had been stripped from me in front of the world. At the police station, things only got worse. They finally told me what I was being accused of, allegedly leaving bodily fluids on a girl's belongings. At first, I actually laughed because it sounded so absurd. But then I realized they weren't joking. They were dead serious. And the worst part, the girl accusing me was someone I considered a friend. We had hung out plenty of times. In fact, just a few days ago, I had been at her place watching movies. Nothing inappropriate happened. I respected her. I thought she was cool. I never once crossed any line. Yet now she was saying things that made me sound like some kind of monster. They locked me in a holding cell for 10 hours before even questioning me. 10 hours of sitting alone, staring at the wall, trying to figure out what the hell had gone wrong. When the interrogation finally started, they twisted every question. Did you force yourself into her room? Did you leave anything behind? Were you jealous? Did you feel rejected? I told them no to everything. I begged them to test her belongings to look for evidence because they wouldn't find my DNA anywhere. Still, they treated me like I was guilty, like it was only a matter of time before I broke down and confessed. When I was finally released, I thought things might go back to normal. I was wrong. The moment I got home, the atmosphere was ice cold. My mom wouldn't even look at me. My dad's disappointment had turned into outright hatred. My brother avoided me like I carried some kind of disease. I tried to explain, but nobody listened. In their eyes, I was already guilty. And then came the internet. My name started circulating on social media. People I thought were friends unfollowed me. Some mocked me. Old classmates dug up my past and called me names. Her friends made jokes, even posted a Snapchat video mocking the situation and painting me as some disgusting creep. My entire social life collapsed within hours. I wasn't a person anymore. I was a headline, a joke, a rumor everyone enjoyed passing around.
Update 1. Weeks passed. The police eventually completed their investigation. They tested everything, checked every angle, and finally concluded what I had been saying from the very beginning. There was no evidence. No DNA, no crime, no case. I was cleared completely. When the news came, I expected relief. I expected my family to apologize, my friends to reach out, maybe even for her to admit she had lied. But none of that happened. My parents never said sorry. My dad just muttered, "At least it's over," and left the room. My mom pretended nothing had ever happened. My brother still barely spoke to me. To them, I wasn't proven innocent. I was just not proven guilty. And as for the girl who started it all, she never apologized, not once. She carried on with her life like nothing happened, like she hadn't destroyed mine.
Update 2. The fallout didn't end there. Even though I was legally cleared, socially my reputation was still ruined. Some people avoided me, some whispered when I walked by. Others straight up believed I had just gotten away with it. I had to delete all my old social media accounts. The comments and DMs were unbearable. Strangers sent me threats. Friends turned enemies laughed at me. The Snapchat video kept resurfacing, with people making new jokes at my expense. I felt isolated, completely alone. That was the moment I realized something painful. When people show you how quickly they can abandon you, believe them. I had no family support, no friends left, and no one to turn to. The only person I could rely on was myself. So I made a decision. I cut ties with everyone. My family, my so-called friends, the girl who started all of this, I blocked them all, deleted their numbers, and walked away. Update 3. It's been months now, and people sometimes ask if I'll ever forgive them. The truth is, no. Forgiveness isn't owed. They all abandoned me at my lowest moment, when I needed them most. My own family chose to see me as a monster instead of their son. My friends chose gossip and jokes instead of loyalty. And her, she knew what she was doing. She knew her lie would ruin me. She never once came forward to take it back, never admitted the damage she caused. So no, I don't forgive. I've rebuilt my life, slowly and painfully. I'm focusing on my work, keeping a small circle of new people who actually know how to trust. I'll never go back to the ones who betrayed me. Because when someone tries to destroy your life, whether out of spite, jealousy, or just cruelty, you don't give them a second chance. I survived. That's all that matters.